Okay, I want to take an unusual view today, and today is May 10th, and we are at 6:28 in the evening, and I want to give you maybe a little bit better view of why this is going to be so difficult to predict. Okay, so this is about 20 hours, is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the 8th. And remember, this is Lascaux 2 in the red. That means Earth is sitting over here on the right side. So everything coming off the center disk to the right is what's going to hit us. And you can see there's a small dense cloud coming off, and it's going more southerly. So you want to remember we're up here, not down here. So, and we have a small cloud coming out here. Again, it's blasting down this direction. This is 2300 hours, which would make it 7 o'clock on the 8th. This one's coming out more directly to the mid-latitudes, to the southern, and it's moving medium fast, but not super fast. So I really want you to pay attention to how fast things are moving. Here is one that is right about 8 o'clock on the 8th. Again, we've got, you see this one's moving a little faster. So the one before it was a little bit slower. This one is going to catch up with it and give it a push because it's moving just a little bit faster. So it may catch up and push the activity. Okay, this is about midnight our time on the 9th. This one is definitely going to hit the northern latitudes. It's got a full shock wave that is directed right at Earth. And more of the activity is pushing out toward the north. It's a medium speed. It's not super fast, but it's not slow either. Okay, about 2 a.m. on the 9th. Again, this is about the same speed. We have a really dense cloud. It's coming straight at Earth. So this is moving just about the same speed. Really good dense cloud. This will give us another uptick. Moving forward, this is about 3 o'clock on the 9th. Now you can see this shock wave moves much faster. It's moving and there's a bigger shock wave. More plasma is being hurled out. This means whatever's in front of it, it's going to catch up. It's going to push it. So what is moving out in that medium speed, this is going to be pushing it. At some point, this is going to catch up and move faster. And I look for this to come in sooner than the rest, than expected. You know, this isn't going to stick to an 18-hour time schedule. All right, moving forward to the 5 o'clock slot on the 9th. Another super fast hit. Look at the dense pockets and clouds in here. The plasma leaving the sun super, super fast. This one looks even faster than the last one. It's going to catch up. It's going to be pushing what's in front of it. So I look for this to be the early morning hours before dawn. As where I predict this one is going to come in. And then we have this nice a little bit slower wind that's going to come by and keep it going. Now, carrying on, we have, more activity. We got a good burst here that's carrying out with another shock wave moving toward the north. This one hit about 7 p.m. on the 9th. So you remember these are moving at about an 18-hour time cycle. And we've had lots of activity. Here's another blast. This continued all day long, right through the 10th. Here's another one blasting out. You can see it's kind of moving dense. Oh, let's go up here. This one, the shock wave is going toward the south. And here is our double tap, I think. We have a blast going out toward the south and moving away. And you can see that some of it's going to hit the north, but it's mostly moving to the south. That happened about 4 a.m. on the 10th. So that happened this morning at 4 a.m. So this is going to continue. But tonight, it may start peaking out just about before dark or just about when we get dark. And it is going to continue through the early morning hours, probably into 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So we may miss part of it. But you're going to want to be up all night long because this is going to be one that ebbs and flows depending on how fast these are moving and whether they push each other towards us faster. There may be spikes and peaks in here that we're not expecting. Now, I have seen a report that's elevating with a possible G3 warning for early this morning on the 11th. So it is possible that we're going to hit G3 because of the scoop shovel events. Possibility of G3 early morning hours. So you are going to want to be prepared to pull an all-nighter. Things are starting to quiet down. Most of the flaring is continuing to come from 3296, and it is moving out of our view. Although we will continue to have elevated auroras probably through the 13th. Now, last night we started having 85% humidity by the early morning hours. We're down to about 65% humidity. I want to check. Yeah, we're by 4 or 5 o'clock, we're going to start to climb in humidity. So it may, right before dawn or just about dawn, start getting really foggy. I also want to pay attention to your dew points. When the moisture falls out of the air, and be looking at your dew points and where you're located, be watching your dew points. So if you're in Traverse City, the 50, probably between 45 and 50 degrees, it may get a little cloudy on you, and there may be some condensation there, and then the moisture will fall out of the air. And that may happen probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. It may get really, really cloudy for a little bit, and then it should dissipate, but then it will move from about 3:30, 4 o'clock through dawn. It's going to get increasingly more foggy and cloudy. And you will have clouds that move through periodically through the night. And looking over here at our radar, unfortunately, Minnesota, you're going to have a real tough time. You've got intermittent clouds. Wisconsin, lower latitudes in Wisconsin, you're going to have better luck. UP and Michigan, you're going to be hit and miss, and you're going to have to look for the holes in the clouds. Northern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, Pennsylvania, New York, and out in the East Coast, you are very likely to have prime viewing. North Dakota, you may get some prime viewing. And we may, if we hit G-level storm levels as they predict, we may see storm levels reaching the lower latitudes in the United States, and we may see it where more states have the possibility of seeing auroras. So if you are listening and watching, share with your friends this report if they live in other states so that they know to go look. West Coast is going to be kind of hit and miss. If you're in the mountain states, hang it up, you got storm clouds. And probably in the plains areas is out of luck, but East Coast may have a chance at seeing auroras if we pop off with a G3. And that means KP 6, 7, maybe possibly an 8, like we had a week or so ago. So be prepared tonight. This is an all-nighter. You don't want to give up and go home because you're tired. You want to wait it out and see what happens. Because this is the big event, and this is what we're waiting for. All right, everybody, have a nice night.